Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth at both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today we have Gaurav Pradhan with us after a long break. Welcome,
नमस्ते
Gaurav ji.
मैम। जय हिंद आप सबको। जय श्री राम।
Yes,
काफी
Shri Ram.
समय के बाद।
Yes. And I think people miss you, so they keep pestering me. When is he coming? When is he coming? So I've also been pestering you.
नो प्रॉब्लम मैम, whenever the time is there I am always ready to talk. There is no issues with that. It's
Yeah,
just that my work keeps me busy and travel a lot, so that's the only issue.
yeah, which is a good sign because see, despite COVID being on, you know, you're pretty busy, and that's a very good sign.
Yeah, I mean, because of COVID, 2 years we were locked in home, and I stopped all my workshops and all. Now, people are requesting me to travel. I was there in Goa for about 6 7 days. We had a nice function on 15th of August. We did a flag hosting as well as 5 hours non-stop question and answer. And people came from Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, all Chennai even, to Goa. So it was wonderful.
Great. And also, did you get a chance to go to Silly Souls?
Well, Silly Soul was closed. I planned to do, but Silly Soul was closed
Okay.
because 2 days of that travel was my personal issue. I mean, I was traveling with my wife.
Mm,
So 2 days we thought to keep for ourselves. I did
yeah.
try Silly Soul, but it was closed.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So let's move on to what you've been, talking about and tweeting, which has actually got everybody's attention, Gauravji. So that's what we'll talk about. Is the focus is going back on the SSR case, and you had tweeted something very important, and that was about baby penguin and being pulled up in this case. So could you tell us what is happening there, Gaurav?
Well, ma'am, as I said always, and I maintain the same thing. Before you touch the enlightened soul, who is supposed to be the king of Mumbai, uh, uh, we need to destroy the ecosystem around it. Never forget, these people are surrounded by a huge ecosystem which has been built over the last 60, 70 years. And this ecosystem doesn't even comprise the judiciary, but also the politicians, also the underworld, the film industry, the cricket world, the influential businesses. So we need to destroy the ecosystem, and that ecosystem is getting destroyed slowly and slowly. uh, Change doesn't happen overnight. Change happens slowly. Now I can see a lot of people commenting about SSR justice. They want justice, they want 302, they want all those things. I can understand their emotions, but understand, running a government, running a process, process of governance and justice cannot be done on emotions. So while the emotions are right at their own place, they have their own merit at their own place, but at the same time, the people who are responsible in the position, whether it is governance or the agencies, they had to walk a very tight rope. They had to walk the rope. uh, if you see the change which has happened in the last 8 years, the working of the agency do a lot of homework these days, and before touching anyone, they do a lot of homework so that the case that they build up is foolproof. It doesn't have corners to be cut in court, or the and you have witnessed that even in Mumbai, some of the very very powerful people who thought they can never be behind the bars and nobody can touch them are actually sitting behind bars for last couple of months. So this is only because the agency's case is such that even court cannot grant them bail and free them out of the court. So things are moving. Things will move slowly, but they are definitely moving. So charge sheets are getting ready. You saw Reha Chakravarti, who has been named in the charge sheet. Jacqueline Fernandez is also questioned many times. She is on the radar now. You have Suraj. You have other the people who belong to the Khan gang, who are getting into the net right now, slowly and slowly. So these things will move because as I always say, cricket, Bollywood and media are three such industry which are driven by the people. And when the industries are driven by the people, you need to be very careful, because for those industry their power is people. So you can play a victim card very easily. And trust me, there are a lot of people in India, thousands and millions of people in India, who get caught into what the victim card is played around without using their own brain. So agencies and the governments need to be very careful. They are slowly inching towards the closure, but that closure will happen. That I can assure you, and I am assuring you, for the last 2 years, whatever I said about Mumbai has been proven till date. So just have patience. The people are there on the card. Sushant Singh Rajput departure will not go in vain. That is for sure, right? But just picking up two people or three people and putting them behind bar is no solution. This is not going to work, because ultimately you need to prove them in the court. And if they have there is loophole where you are not prepared properly, within 24 hours they will be walking free, and they will get a new lease of life politically, which you certainly don't want to give them. So have patience, things will move.
Yeah. But what you tweeted was actually very specific about Penguin. I'm talking about Aditya Thackeray. So could you talk about that? Because what you've already said is something we know, what you've said
See,
just
we
now.
we
What is
all
it specifically about Aditya Thackeray that you know? Is he sick? Because people were saying that he's not well. So what is it? What is the information that you have about Aditya Thackeray?
Well, see, Aditya, as far as Aditya is concerned, as I said, you need to look at the background. Aditya was introduced or took into Bollywood by Smita Thackeray, his auntie. Right. Now, Aditya to me is a spoiled child. He is totally into glamour and totally into all kind of things Bollywood is known for. So eventually the rope around him will tighten, and he is not somebody who can be overlooked and need to be investigated. But as I said, you need to walk one step at a time. What I posted earlier was that simply they are close to, that Suraj is close to Aditya, Suraj is close to Salman, um, uh, and we all know that they are the gang members. I mean, you cannot avoid them. They are the gang members. So it was not very specific to Aditya. It was only that he is known to Suraj. And as I said, if you look at the background of Aditya Thackeray, Aditya was introduced or took into Bollywood by Smita Thackeray ji. I mean, his auntie. So, as I always say, you take Thackeray's out of Bollywood, Bollywood is clean. You take Pawar out of cricket, cricket is clean. So these things will eventually happen over a period of time. So we need to have a patience around it.
Yeah, but what we have seen recently, Gaurav, we've seen both Fadnavis as well as Eknath Shinde, posing with film actors. One was with Shraddha, who was caught for drugs, by Samir Wankhede, and this other person, Fadnavis, was caught with Akshay, who's been caught, deeply this thing entrenched in the boycott Bollywood, phase. So both of them are aware that boycott is the Bollywood is the what you call the all in all of corruption. Yet, yes,
Well,
please.
I agree. I agree with you, and I also don't like it personally when they are posing with them. But at the same time, we need to understand. We need to, distinguish between two factors very carefully. First of all, that a politician is a different kind of a person, and the boycott call was not political. Boycott
Yeah.
Bollywood call is not political.
Mm.
Boycott Bollywood call is by nationalists and people who believe and respect Sanatan. Our request is only one to Bollywood, that you have to stop mocking Sanatan Dharma, and you have to stop mocking our armed forces and our nation. We are not against Bollywood making films and people going to watch film. So it was, boycott call is not driven by any political motive whatsoever. Now, coming to the posing, Devin Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde posing with Bollywood people, I think we need to understand one thing, that Bollywood still today drives a lot of youth. And youth are, I mean, you and me are mature people. There are thousands and thousands of people who are pretty mature, who have started waking up and understanding what Bollywood is doing for last many years, taking our own money and pain and mocking us. But there are certain set of youth, young kids, who don't understand. They get fascinated by Bollywood. So politicians do use Bollywood as a channel to propagate their message across, to the young segment, to the youth, to the segment. For example, Narendra Modi ji, if you think he doesn't know and he don't have intelligence, then I pity on that. But at the same time, you will agree that Narendra Modi ji gave an interview to Akshay Kumar, right? While Akshay Kumar was mocking a lot of things. But remember that Akshay Kumar is followed by 45 million people on social media, on Twitter itself, and Facebook and all those media. And he is a role model to youth also. Now, as a politician, how do I penetrate that segment of people? If I use media, then the youth is not interested in listening to media. Youth is not interested in listening a standalone speech by Modi ji, maybe. So, but they want to see Akshay Kumar. So
But
we,
this was before the boycott Bollywood movement.
no, no. Of course, this was before the boycott Bollywood. As I said, boycott Bollywood is a call given by Sanatanis and nationalists.
Mm.
It is not a political call at all. I would not support any politician jumping into it. Let it be our fight. We want to clean the system, and we will clean the system. But I don't want politician to enter into boycott Bollywood calls. So I do agree with you that that time when Modi ji took an interview, it was not a boycott call, mass call. But if you remember, uh, I was the first one in this country who actually tweeted on 29th of December 2016 that Bollywood is next, and it was me who first gave the boycott Bollywood call. Now, and that too on Twitter. Now, if you think politician don't read me, and especially the PMO doesn't read me, and my messages doesn't go to that level, then well, I can't say anything else. But they understand what we are doing. They understand what is our motives are and what we want to do, what agencies want to do. Political motives and political objectives are always different than the personal and the nationalist objectives.
Yeah. Uh, Trees Talk says, please give details of the charge sheet of SSR Disha Jia case, please. What you wrote in your Telegram channel.
Well, I don't have right now. There are first of all, this lady. I respect you, ma'am. You come on all the talk shows and ask questions, which I literally respect you for. But please understand, I will give the details when the right time comes. I will not answer question just to please you or what you want to listen. I will answer question what is right at the right time, and the right answer is, irrespective of whether you like it or not. So please hold on your patience. I will share you the details as soon as I feel that these details need to be shared in public.
Yeah. So in the case of, so what's happening is one after the other movies are bombing at the box office. So it's now Dubara's turn. Dubara is by Ekta Kapoor, and it is Anurag Kashyap's movie for which they had mocked the audience. through social media, saying that even if you do or don't, we don't care. And now it's become actually flopsy, panno. So everything has flopped, and the box office collection on day one itself is less than rupees 1 crore. So, and on top of that, it is a copy of the Spanish movie Mirage, which was made in 2018. So it's kind of strange that these people think that by mocking the audience, which is public at large, they can get their way, because there were tantrums by Arjun Kapoor, there were tantrums by so many people, including Amir Khan and Akshay, crying tears and all that. They are not able to penetrate the movement because the people are so strong in their decision.
See, what you hear from Arjun, what you hear from Anurag and Tapsi and all these people is nothing but their frustration and sense of elitism. For the last many years, the Bollywood has become a elite force kind of, where they are considered intellectual, dropping their clothes on the screen, showing nudity, double meaning dialogues. You become intellectual, and people have been accepting that as an intellectual. We have been paying money to watch how you mock us. Now people are waking up. I mean, not only that, the names you have taken, if you see the media channels which they have literally bought over, they have been using the words the gang, troll people. Are we troll? I mean, there are thousands and thousands of people who are boycotting, and a lot of people are very senior in their professional career. I mean, they are very respected people. I mean, these includes administrative services, police services, military services. I mean, you can call me troll. Even my career is 28 years into global performance. I mean, I am by no yardstick is a Tom, Dick, and Harry. What you hear from them is a sense of frustration and sense of elitism that nothing will happen to us. That is why I say, if for all the people, that for the next 2 years, if you can stop Bollywood completely, irrespective of who is the actor and what the film or the story is, you will be the you will be at the legend who will clean the Bollywood, who will help us clean the Bollywood. And we are not against film, we are against good films. We are not against, sorry, bad films. I mean, how about it, you are mocking a Sikh in a in an Indian military, which in Indian army, which has never been a case in the history of Indian army. Why you are putting an insignia of Pakistan army when Indian army use straight swords? Why you have to cut the beard of a Sikh when Indian armed forces have never forced any Sikh to cut his hair or beard? So what you are trying to show? You are trying to show a kind of anarchy to develop in the military, where you start mocking the Sikh, and the hidden agenda is definitely Khalistan. So, as I always say, till the last Sikh is standing in Indian armed forces, the Khalistan is just a dream. It cannot be a reality. So, I think these people are, jumping on the X. They are putting their feet on the X by themselves. We don't need to do anything. We just need to quietly ignore their films completely, with family, with friends, and don't abuse them, don't shout of them, don't threat them, don't give them any threat whatsoever. I will never ever support that. Don't mock them, don't use bad words for them, nothing of that sort. Just ignore the films, which I always say, पेट पे लात मारो सब सीधे हो जाएंगे. तो
Mm,
पेट पे लात मारो ना.
mm.
And once you start doing it, things you yourself will witness a lot of change coming through.
Yeah. So what you said is very true. Good content means more public will go for it, because I just saw a Marathi movie called Chandramukhi, and it is a story. It's a story written by a known author, and it was so brilliant. It's a story of a Nautch girl who does Lavani and is a prostitute. But the movie is taken brilliantly, and the dialogues are so crisp that people like us love watching such movies. So it's not language or anything; it is content that makes people go towards a movie.
Ma'am,
Now here,
content is breaking the barrier of language.
yeah,
If you really see, the quality of content is breaking the barrier of language. I mean, you are copying Forrest Gump, you are talking, copying Mission from Spanish, you are copying some other Hollywood film. Whereas if you see India, if you see all our states, there are thousands and thousands of stories all over, and these are real stories, role models. Kids can learn, people can entertain, they can know about the history. Excellent amount of content is there, but unfortunately, we believe in Hollywood copying, and we are fascinated by Oscar. We For me, I would say the people are the biggest Oscar. If they can give you a hit, that is the biggest Oscar you can get. But Bollywood is obsessed with Oscar and Hollywood. So the downfall is there, and the downfall will continue for some more time before the bottom is reached, and somebody take a plunge to start a new. I mean, if you see the actors which have come from NSD, they are very seasoned people. Rajpal Yadav, KK Menon, Tripathi, they are very nice people. They are very nice actor, very mature, very humble. They are not arrogant. But these star kids, they are born with star kids, do all kind of stupid
but here also, Gaurav, there is a problem because these actors that you mentioned will not get roles unless they suck up to the cabal, and
no
they tell us that they're not getting roles.
I completely agree that they are not getting roles. They are sucked up by cabals. They have to do casting couch, all kind of things. They have to do drugs also. They have to do partying also. They have to drop their clothes also. There are a lot of things which happen in Bollywood. The ugly factor of Bollywood. That is completely true. But I am telling you that in another, let's say, in another 5 year time, the things will change, because a lot of young directors, young low budget directors, but brilliant directors and story writers, they are looking forward to UP Film City, which is coming up in Noida. And this is exactly why the UP Film City is coming up in Noida, because the cost of production of film would be almost like 70% less than the Bollywood. The cost of your equipment, the cost of your actor. I mean, I'm part of a filmmaking unit, not directly involved, but my buddies are there, and I know that thing. A lady gives an interview, casting interview in Noida, and she charges for 3 lakhs for a episode. Whereas when the same person met her in Mumbai, her cost was 15 lakhs. So that cost factor also makes a lot of things. So when we talk about that people are not getting roles, they are getting rejected, the young directors or kind of people are not getting opportunity to work in Bollywood. This is because of the cabal. This is because of the Khan, the Chopras, the Johars cabal, which need to be broken, and that breaking point will come with UP Film City.
Many people asking you about Ekta Kapoor. You remember when Pawan Kundra was caught with sleaze movies? She is also a contender with him because she also makes movies like Gandhi Baat and all that. But she was never caught. And even now, you see Dobara and many other movies and things that events that she's doing. A lot of them are Deshdrohi activities. And still, this woman is never caught. What is happening here?
Ma'am, I can only say this at this moment without talking too much, that number तो सबका आएगा. ठीक है, हैव पेशेंस, नंबर सबका आएगा. हर चीज़ की एक लिमिट होती है, उसके बाहर वो एक्सपोज हो जाता है. एकता कपूर का भी नंबर आएगा, बट जस्ट होल्ड ऑन, राइट, जस्ट होल्ड ऑन योर हॉर्सेस.
Despite the fact that she has political connections.
Yeah, whatever it is, I'm not going into that. Political connection anybody can have. This government doesn't listen to political connections.
Yeah. Okay, so now moving on to the next topic. The actor, South Indian actor Vijay Deverakonda. He says that, see, I don't know what they want because of the Bollywood movement, and he had the gall to put his feet up when he was speaking to a journalist and showing absolute disrespect. While his on his side was this youngster Ananya Pandey, who was another person who was caught for drugs. Now, apparently, they are being groomed. He is being groomed by Karan Johar in Bollywood. Now, Karan Johar has absolutely no respect for anybody. Whatever he says is four-lettered words, and whenever he's talking, he's only talking about sex. So, when a director or a producer of this kind gets a good actor, I'm not watching for his character, but a good actor like Vijay, look at the way he has changed him. Within few months, he has made him another Akshay, wannabe in character.
Ma'am, money drives many things. This is the greed for the money. I would request people one very important thing, where, just give a thought about it. That we say we will not watch Amir Khan film or Shah Rukh Khan film or Salman Khan film. We also need to see the name of the producer and directors, because the director, the producer, and the cast, these are the three most important people which influence the audience. The cameraman, the screenplay, and the other things doesn't matter much because they are not that in public. But these people, so anything which is produced by Karan Johar should be the theater should be go empty. That is very simple.
Yeah, absolutely. Ned says, when you say cabal, is it still controlled from across the border, or is there a kingpin in Mumbai itself controlling the show?
It is still controlled from across the border, but you always have kingpins in cities like Mumbai and Delhi who control on their behalf. That is the system, it works, but it is still being controlled from overseas.
Yeah, okay. Now, Karina Kapoor says that the Indian Railways made a lot of money because of her role in Jab We Met, and she is the reason for that. So, in which case, the fact that she's giving birth to kids one after the other will also lead to more population.
Well, I would rather. I actually commented yesterday that when I saw this screenshot about her making comment on railway, I said because of Chameli the red light revenue increased. I mean, these people should not be answered.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Mm,
don't deserve to be
mm,
answered for
mm.
stupidity.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, here, there's a big thing happening in Delhi with the BJP saying that Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia are the most corrupt leaders. Now, this is something we've already seen, and also the fact that, see, we've watched them systematically destroy Delhi. And as everybody says, they keep a very good face, they talk very good language, they give mainstream media ads when required, and shut their mouths. So in a very clever manner, they try to control everything. And here now they are caught in a most sleazy situation. And we all know they have sex scandals also in their midst. And now this has happened in Punjab also. How do you see the situation, Gauravji?
Well, ma'am, the if you understand political parties, it takes anywhere between 2 to 3 assembly elections before the political party come on a stage on a solid ground to fight a serious election and make it to the governance level. Arvind Kejriwal came into politics out of a bubble. The bubble was anti-corruption and it was a driven emotion, so it was never to be permanent. Now, in a hurry to, and this gentleman is always in a hurry. Now, in a hurry to achieve that, he inducted every Tom, Dick, and Harry in his party, while on the other side, he was claiming to be very honest. So, all the crooks who were not getting anywhere in other, be it Congress or BJP or any other party, they got into the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, Aam Aadmi Party, the whole culture is built about publicity. They have nothing to show, they have only publicity. So, if Arvind Kejriwal do 0.1% work somewhere, he invests 99% money in publicity of that. Now, in today's social media world, he doesn't understand that his lies can be busted in no time across the nation. But Arvind Kejriwal is not a problem. He is governed by a political cabal. Uh, I mean, if you really see, Arvind Kejriwal has won Delhi against Congress, and he won Punjab against Congress. But wherever he has fought against बीजेपी, उसकी जमानत जब्त हो गई, उनके पॉलिटिशियंस की जमानत जब्त हो गई. So Arvind Kejriwal is just a bubble. I think he is overexposed now. We need to stop talking about them. Regarding the liquor scam, if you see, it was a complaint by LG of Delhi, and on which for 28 days CBI did its own homework and research work before getting into the house of Manish Sisodia. And while they were there and they did the search, the electronic search, whether on phone or their laptops or computers, they have seized all the equipments and it need to be further investigated. But the problem with people, there is also some problem with people that we immediately, as soon as CBI do a raid, we think it is a conviction. Conviction is something else. It is a last stage. It is a very long process. Before that, there is a lot of research, there is a lot of investigation, dots need to be connected, new agencies need to be inducted. Now, if you see today, CBI is handing over the documents or the paperwork to enforcement directorate to do the investigation against Manish Sisodia. Now, if ED find any transaction which is cross border, if there is any transaction which is cross border, and I'm not saying Pakistan, it could be Finland, it could be Switzerland, it could be Dubai, eh, immediately NIA will come into it. So the investigation is long and it will take time. But as of now, they are in a big mess completely. On media, if you take out media from Aam Aadmi Party, there is no existence of Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party existence is only because of media, and media because they make money from all this kind of the possible sources, including funding by some of the most corrupt businessmen in this country. That even includes Munjals, because if you remember India Today Group, Munjal. If you see after the FIR, all the top media houses and journalists are running here and there because their names are going to be figured out. Right now, they have named groups, but individual people will be named out over a period of time. So they are already in soup. They are already running. Those who have taken money, and the money which he made out of liquor and other. You have seen the New York Times advertisement and the Khilji Times advertisement as if the people are fool. So these things get busted very fast, and time will come for them.
Yeah. Who is Sonu Sisodia? Tom and Jerry is asking. You mentioned in your FB post.
Well, that is the question I asked. You need to answer me who is Sonu Sosodia. But let's that my answer, let's park it. It will come soon.
Okay. Meera is asking, why have Sonia and Rahul Gandhi not yet been arrested in National Herald case? Any quid pro quo happening? Because this is the same time when this Silly Souls was also happening, and there was a war of words.
Meena ji, as I have said many, many times, and even before when we started this particular session, I told you that the ecosystem need to be broken and dismantled before you put your hand on senior politicians and senior people. I give you an example. When Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi went for a 30,000 court to get a bail couple of years back in National Herald case, the Delhi was jammed. 9 kilometer radius from Tisajari was completely jammed, and people came in truck and buses from all over the country, nearby states, and these were populated by not just by Congress people but the UPA alliance parties. Whereas the recent protest against ED, which you have seen, where the family member were wearing black shirts and kurtas, there was nobody from UPA Alliance. It was only Congress people, that too, only the yes ma'am or yes sir kind of servants. They were not, loyal to the family members. There was not one UPA alliance member in that protest. So this is a result. This is an indication that the ecosystem is breaking down slowly and slowly. Once the ecosystem is broken down, then you can always arrest a person. But before that, you will revive a person. You will not punish him. So let's understand that politics very carefully.
Some a person called Brown Munde is saying, "Sir, Gilgit पे समोसा खाने कब जा रहे हो?"
जब आपकी मर्जी हो, अभी तो हम आलू उबाल रहे हैं.
Yeah. In the case of Shamshera, the movie copyright case, the Delhi High Court allows OTT release subject to deposit of 1 crore with registry. A man named Bikramjit Singh Bhular has approached the court arguing that the movie is significantly based on his literary work, Kabu Na Chade Khet. The Delhi High Court on Thursday allowed the release of the movie on over OTT platforms, subject to its producer Yash Raj depositing a sum of 1 crore with the court registry. Now, one thing I don't understand, Gaurav, is that, see, is it so difficult to get original content? You know, when you have so much of money and you have so many script writers, can't you make some script writer sit and write a script, or take a good novel? There are so many Indian good writers. Why is it so difficult for them to come up with original content? Why do they
Well,
take somebody else and fool them and also try to cut them,
well,
slice them apart?
that has been the DNA of Bollywood for ages. That is
Hmm.
not something happening today. It was a easy factor. Take content from South or take content from Hollywood and make your own film, then fight the case. Because, as I said, they are arrogant. They don't understand the value of the person. I mean, there are thousands of script writers. I mean, even if you find none, you can always take me and I can write a very good fiction. Trust me, a blockbuster fiction I can write. So uh, uh, all the that is what I'm saying, ma'am. That all these Johars Khans and all, they have become overgrown. They have they have got a lot of support from people, and they have overgrown. And because of that overgrown, they have become so arrogant that the people who made them superstar, they call them troll. And
Yeah.
this is the most insulting part. How dare you can call us trolls? We are bloody more educated, more professionally accomplished people in India. I mean, a ninth grade fail, a fifth fail lady who is just producing kids, call us trolls. You can't even stand in front of us, for God's sake.
So, meanwhile, something good that's happening, Gauravji, is that, see, while talking to the parents of children who have been murdered in the Bollywood circuit, and with the involvement of Bollywood people, uh, both the mothers have expressed through their, chats to me, that there is significantly a change in the judicial reform that's happening, because Nidhi Kukreja, who spoke to me a couple of days back live, she said that, see, I was asking her, do you see any changes, in court? So she said, definitely, I'm finding that the judge, who's a lady, who's, listening to my side of the story with more, what you call a kinder heart, and things are moving at a pace where, even they have allowed her to be at all the sessions, because she has more information which she can share with the attorney. And also in Jia Khan's case, see, Rabia, what she said was that she's also given it in the reports, is that, see, there were a lot of injury marks on Jia's body, and he was a physical abuser, a mental abuser, and he was the reason why, this woman was killed. So things are moving, Gaurav. So how can you just can you speak about that as well? Because we
Well,
need to
well,
give credit
well,
where it's due, and the government is changing, so there may be things happening there.
Ma'am, what you just said about Jia Khan and the other lady,
Nidhi
uh,
Kukreja.
about their admission about the court and the change, that is exactly what I'm talking about. That there is a change, but the process had to be slow. The process cannot be that you just go enter somebody's house, grab them and put them inside jail. That is not going to happen. You have to build a foolproof case. And you yourself admitted, talking to the victim's mother and the victim's family, that they are witnessing a change in court, because at the end of the day the court is more important, not the police, not the investigative agencies. It is the court which is going to pronounce the judgment. It is not the police or the investigative agencies. And the court is changing, the judges are listening, the judges are giving the listening ears, and that is a huge change. And we should appreciate that the things are moving.
Tom and Jerry says, Sir, you posted about Jia Khan on FB. Can you please shed
Now,
light on this case?
Tom and Jerry. First of all, I like this series. My wife liked this series, Tom and Jerry. But this is your third or fourth question. Please put your original name, and I will answer.
Yeah. Okay. So now another question that I wanted to ask you: why is there so much silence in the case of Parambir Singh and Waze? Why are we not hearing anything about them, Gauravji?
Ma'am, ma'am, everything is not for public consumption. Departmental move is not about public consumption. I have only one thing to say, for which people have mocked me a lot when I wrote about Parambir Singh. Where is Nawab Malik today? He's in jail. Where is that other Anil Deshmukh guy? He's in jail. Where is Sachin Vaze? He is in jail. Lot of people are sitting in jail. But where is Parambir Singh? He's sitting at home. Right. So we need to understand that a lot of time, this is what I teach also, the problem understanding, the problem definition. What you see as a problem may not be the problem, but the root cause is something else. So there are things moving, but these things are not for public consumption as of now. Every day, Mumbai police or Maharashtra home minister or the center home minister not going to give the press conference or ask me or you how to proceed further. They will do at their own pace and the own departmental inquiry. After all, they are the department people. There is a departmental inquiry, there is departmental investigation that will move in our pace. So have patience. I mean, everything cannot be updated, and certainly I am not the one who will speculate anything, unless and until I hear from a confirmed source or my connections. And if I feel that is to be told in public, only then I will say in public.
Okay. Somebody called Fami says, please take the question, ma'am. I heard that in Gujarat, Muslims have captured the illegally in Dwarka place in terms of population. Why Gujarat government will not take action? Now, here, before you answer, Gauravji, see, I've been getting a lot of complaints about Gujarat that there are actually small Pakistani, strongholds, and it's slowly becoming, very difficult to go penetrate into these areas. Why is the BJP government closing their eyes to such situations?
Ma'am, BJP government is not closing its eyes, but as I always say, first of all, you understand one thing. After the 2002 riots, none of the Muslim have left Godhra or Gujarat as a whole. None of them migrated. Right, they are very much there. They are increasing. Their population is also increasing over a period of time, whatever the pace that may be. But to say that they are not watched or they are not monitored, I think that is a underestimate to our agencies. Otherwise, also understand every government functioning is different. And I agree that most of the people would like to see yogi like action in Gujarat or Maharashtra or other part of the country, but every state has different dynamics, different demographics, different challenges. And the handling of those places by the respective chief ministers are totally different. You cannot implement UP model in Assam And you cannot say Assam CM is better than UP CM. Tomorrow you cannot. I mean, I ask you a very simple question. Let's assume tomorrow, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, Yogi ji becomes the prime minister of this country. Do you think he will bring bulldozers from UP to his prime minister house? He won't, because if people doesn't understand that law and order is not in prime minister hand. It is a state subject. So handling a state and handling center are two different things. Gujarat handling and UP handling had to be totally different. So my intelligence report and my sources on the ground have not raised any flag whatsoever as of today. The day they will raise a flag, I would be the first person to write about it, because lot of things, Minaji, are driven by perception. They are driven by set mindset. Things may not be that bad or alarmist, the way social media reacts. So I would never react on what people write on social media. I will bank on my reports and my information from my sources, and unless and until I receive that, there is no point of raising unnecessary red flag.
Moonchild is asking, now all of a sudden over yesterday and today, suddenly this Bilki Bano case is getting blown up internationally. Your thoughts on that?
Simply, you need to understand these cases are blown up to show the government in a bad phase.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that. You can just ignore it. This is a job of left cabal. The left liberal, they are doing it. They are trying to topple the Modi government or trying to throw challenges. As I always say, the journey to 2014, 2024 is a bloody journey. There, Bilkis Bano is one case. There would be many other opportunities which are going to come, which will upset you. So you need to keep your mind in place and hold on your patience and calmness and trust your leadership.
Girija Deshpande is asking, Sir, central agencies need not give updates. They do not come under Right to Information Act. Then how does the public ensure accountability and that corrupt politicians do not influence them?
Agencies are not subject to be discussed by the public. Let's be very clear about it. When you talk about Girijaji, when you talk about accountability, your accountability is only to the people who are governing, like the Maharashtra Home Minister, the Chief Minister, the respective other ministers, the Prime Minister, the Home Minister of India. They are accountable. They have to show. Agency is not reporting to you, so don't even think about it.
Yeah. So there's also news that Netflix has refused to buy Lal Singh Chadda. So do you think that's
I
uh,
mean, this is what I say. The boycott call for Bollywood was not political. The boycott call was of Bollywood was the ordinary audience of Bollywood, who suddenly woke up now after a lot of efforts of every one of us, and they are rejecting the mocking of Sanatan Dharma, the insulting of Sanatan Dharma, the disgrace they bring to the nation and our armed force and brave soldiers. So people are waking up. It is not a political movement at all, and I would request people to continue it, irrespective of whose film it is, who is the actor, who is the producer. Doesn't matter. Anybody who talk against the nation, against Sanatan, against our armed forces had to be completely and in full totality.
SBG says, did Bal Thackeray save Sanjay Dutt in the case of keeping arms? Was he too involved with Kaka like his son and grandson?
I mean, Bal Thackeray, Bawala Sahab is no more in this world. So please don't ask me any comment on Bala Sahab ji. I treat him with lot of regards, and we should rest there.
Sir, you had commented on Maharashtra situation with Penguin, trying to be funny. Should we be careful?
Yes, you should be careful.
Careful about what?
Careful about the political move, the emotional move these people, this family will make. There would not be emotion. Like I said, your ecosystem is cut out. First of all, the Pakistan connection. The Pakistan is right now in a big economic mess. They are almost collapsing. You have to cut out that. You have cut out the Shiv Sainik, which were their power, so you are left alone. You have cut out Sharad Pawar completely. Now, his 50-year-old political style is completely at a backstage now. He doesn't understand what to do. So you are cutting the ecosystem slowly and slowly. And when you cut down the ecosystem and they become less powerful and less influential, even the judiciary at that point of time thinks twice before making a judgment and taking a call whether they are doing it for nation or they are still being done for to please somebody. So things will move, and things are moving. I'm pretty optimistic person on that.
Yeah. Now, the RRR star, Junior NTR, is going to meet Amit Shah over dinner today. And the Telugu Desam Party founder, N.T. Ramarao's grandson, Junior NTR, who's an accomplished actor in the field, in the Telugu field, has been invited by BJP leaders for a dinner meeting with Amit Shah on Sunday evening. Now, could you explain what is the significance of this move? Because Amit Shah, you never see him with any actors or directors or producers. It's usually, Narendra Modi or some others.
First of all, ma'am, I would rather like to update you and your audience that I'm not a very movie fan. I literally hardly track Bollywood or other film, Telugu industry or Tamil or other industry. Whatever there is on a highlight, I see it from a political and national security basis. That is my forte. When you talk about these people coming up, because the south is governed a lot of driven by films, as I said. I mean, if you see the craziness of film in south, it is more than the north, right? I mean, they are literally treated as god. So there are a lot of political changes going to happen in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and this is a preparation for that. Chandrababu Naidu has already learned his lesson. He was one time prime minister candidate and he learned his lesson. So I think the better sense prevail and things are moving in right direction now.
Yeah. So there is a very strange question from this person. His name is Devi Nagar. I have a simple question. How many of you know Michelle Obama is a woman?
Well, I generally don't diagnose women's. I take it on a face value. Devi Nagar, ma'am, with due respect, I think this question you need to ask ladies rather than me. It is not my subject area.
Yeah, very interesting. In fact, I don't know what made her say that because we all know that, see, Obama himself, you know, leans on both sides. That's what we've heard,
See,
but not about.
on a political side, what I can say is Obama is preparing Michelle Obama to run up for a president in 2024, which I have written long time back against Republican and most probably Donald Trump. So that could be the equation and pushing Michelle. That is the motive of Obama right now on a political front. That is, I can say, whether Michelle is a woman or a man or something else. I'm sorry, I that is not my subject area. I don't venture into areas which I am not good at.
Okay. Somebody has a question about Odisha. Hello, sir. If you could throw some light on upcoming political situation in Odisha, will Naveen ji come to power again?
No, Naveen ji, I think this is the last term because he's quite old now. I mean, physically also. So it is his last term. Let's see how the things played around. BJP is penetrating into Odisha slowly and slowly. It was off openly because of respect to Naveen ji. But things will change by next election.
Yeah. Now, before we wind up the session, Gauravi, I just wanted to ask you one last question. It's a candid question, and try to be as frank as you can about that. In the case of Aryan Khan, you know, and what they found in the Cordelia cruise, so do you think Aryan Khan was guilty?
Ma'am, you don't need to ask me to be honest. When I sit on any channel and I talk, I talk with full honesty to the best of the knowledge I have. I am not taking anybody's side. I have said it day one that Aryan Khan is part of the chain. He is on the consumer side. He is not on the distributor side or supplier side. So there are certain set of questions which Aryan Khan need to answer, which he was not able to answer while the normal detention. So you have to use the arrest card, and then show him the arrogance which the kid has because of his father. Once you got arrested, then you have to open up, and the agencies literally got everything from Aryan as to where does he buy the stuff, who are the consumer, how the consumers are connected, how they consume, what quantity they consume. And there, I don't know. I mean, there would be 100 other questions NCB may have. They are the professional. NCB people are professional. But at the end of the day, he is not a supplier. He is a consumer. So as a consumer, and it was me only who said that Aryan would be out soon, and his job is over and he should be out. It was me only who wrote that, right? So I know he has a disposable information which the agency need for further investigation and connect the chain, connect the dots. Which agency has got it? Aryan Khan is not required now. I mean, he's not free from the case. He is still a kind of the suspect or accused or whatever word you want to use, and he could be sent a new set of questions or asked to answer as the case develops slowly and slowly.
Yeah. So one
But
last question from
there is nothing called a guilty word. I would not use the word guilty. Consumption is not guilty. It is bad parenting.
okay. One last question from a person called Parul. A man in Hyderabad, Munawar Farooqi, for a show was invited and given huge police security, but some Hindus protested, went to jail to stop the show. Your thoughts on how to stop propaganda comedians?
Praful, Hyderabad, you understand KCR, right? Owaisi and KCR. Anything which goes against Muslim, they will not tolerate because that is their vote bank. It is ultimately the people who have to change the regime, and then only the things will change, because law and order is under Hyderabad police, and they can use whatever preventive arrest. These are called preventive arrest. So they can, in the name of law and order and maintain law and order, they can go do the preventive arrest, which could be right or wrong. You can argue in court, but they have all the right to do that. And these are the people who support people like Munawar Farooqi and all. At the end of the day, that is their vote bank.
Yeah. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for answering all our
Thank you,
questions
ma'am. Thank you
and
very much.
also, keeping us engrossed in this session.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you.
Whenever you want to call me, if my travel permits, I would be more than happy to be on your show. Um, just I request people to keep boycotting Bollywood.
Yeah,
That is our mission is not to kill Bollywood. Our mission is to clean Bollywood.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
those people who say, oh, there are 300 people, 400 people, 2,000 people working behind the scenes. What is their livelihood? My argument to them is very simple. If that is the correct argument, then by that standard, every Indian in India should smoke cigarette, should consume gutka, should drink alcohol, because at the end of the day, there are thousands of people whose livelihood are dependent on cigarette industry, gutka industry, and liquor industry. So this is no logic,
Yeah.
right? So please keep boycotting and please keep the mission up. How is the Josh? Hi, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much and good
Jai Hind.
night. Jai Hind.